In some earlier posts, I've briefly mentioned the Hiberno-Saxon and Anglo-Saxon art styles, and one of the key roles in the development of the Hiberno-Saxon style was played by the Kingdom of Northumbria, an early medieval kingdom of the Anglo-Saxon England. And in artworks produced in Northumbria, one can see the blending of Celtic and Germanic traditions with Roman early Christian influence. And as it can be concluded from the post about the Columbian monasticism, the Irish missionary activity was very intense, and the Irish form of Christianity preserved a certain independence from the Roman one, since the Irish were quite isolated, and also the Roman institutional model did not suit the rural Irish way of life and the Irish territorial organization, which lacked the major urban centers. And also Irish monks preferred to follow the example of desert saints of early Christianity. And the monasteries founded by Irish were centers of arts and learning, and they were established in both Ireland and Anglo-Saxon England. And for example, in around 635, Irish monks, specifically Aidan of Lindisfarne, founded the Lindisfarne Abbey. They were invited by the King of Northumbria, Oswald. For example, the Lindisfarne Gospels which was created there, is one of the most prominent examples of the Hiberno-Saxon manuscript illumination. And manuscripts which were actually produced and decorated in monastic scriptoriums were essential for the further spread of Christianity on the Isles, for the delivering of the word of God to the illiterate part of the population. But besides the manuscript illumination, other arts like sculpture, metalworking, and literature and music, etc., and the intellectual life in general flourished in Northumbria. For example, we can remember about outstanding intellectuals and scholars like Bede and Elquin. And so the period between the invitation of Irish monks to Northumbria and before the Viking invasions can be rightfully named the Northumbria's Golden Age. And moreover, Northumbrians artists and scholars who emigrated from the kingdom to the Carolingian Empire, they significantly contributed to the Carolingian Renaissance, and especially significant role was played by Elquin, who in his letters encouraged the further students' exchange between Britain and France. Other early medieval Anglo-Saxon kingdoms, of course, also contributed to the development of Anglo-Saxon art. I mean the kingdoms like Mercia, East Anglia, Wessex, and for example, craftsmen and scholars were invited to Wessex during the reign of Alfred the Great, who was a great patron of arts and sciences. Check the sources on the website and in the comments.